Hello and welcome to another episode of Rebuilding Genoa. Last episode was a transfer special. If you haven't watched it, go back and have a look. Some epic transfers that have come in, a lot of players that have left us as well, and we've put ourselves in a good position for this season. Today's episode is going to include MBAPPE'S Paris Saint-Germain and also a grudge match against Napoli. But let's hit that intro and let me show you how we've been getting on. So currently looking at the league, we are top of the Serie A by 3 points, just ahead of Juventus. We've played 11, we've drawn 1, we've lost 1. Looking at kind of the player stats for the league so far as well, Dusan Vlahovic has got 15 goals already in 13 games. This guy's an absolute monster at the minute, valued at 195 million to 235,000 a week. He's absolutely tearing it up. He's also average rating of 8.10. Assists, we've got Lil Abada, Kavart Askila, can't even pronounce his names, and Zambo Anguissa. Yeah, made it easy for me on that last one. Player of the matches, Vlahovic, as expected, topping the charts with 5. We have, however, got the top most clean sheets in the league with Marco Konasechi, turned down that £46 million move to Dortmund last episode. He's doing very well, and then Brandon Toppy, second in the yellow cards list. It's not quite what we want. So if we can have a look at the schedule that we have done so far, some very interesting games this season. Obviously, we ended it with the 1-0 win against, the 2-0 win against Atalanta. We followed that up with a 4-0 win against Brescia. Ashley Taylor getting 2 and Wally getting 2 as well. Now, it's quite weird. There's a goal in here for Ashley Taylor, which looks absolutely dreadful. If I'd have conceded this, the monitor probably would have been smashed up. Just have a look. I think it's the second goal that Ashley Taylor scored. It was just dodgy. Dodgy FM at its best. So Scalvini finding Soppy on the wing. Good little run into Taylor here. Was it this goal? No, Taylor scored a good goal here. It's the second goal. I was correct. So 1-0 after 10 minutes, and then 2 minutes later, Cassidy out to Gallo, who whips it in. Kaprivov off both posts, and then Taylor just kind of tackles it off the goal, off the defender, into the net. Very poor by Brescia. Now Kaprivov out to Wahi, Scalvini into Soppy. Wahi having a good season so far, very good season. Finds the net, 3-0 after 20 minutes. And then just before half time, Scalvini to Akoli, bursts forward here over the top to Wally, and a fantastic goal again, doing very well. When it comes to the Champions League, we beat Shakhtar 3-0, Wahi getting 2 and Baldanzi getting 1 as well. We beat Bruges 1-0 in the Champions League, and Hajduk Split 3-1 in the Champions League as well. Now kind of our games were not the easiest, but we could have faced tougher opposition, and we did, however, face tougher opposition in Benfica when we lost 1-0 to those in the Champions League. Now in the Serie A as well, we beat Roma 2-0, but then there was a fantastic kind of 4-4 performance against Inter Milan. Now this was a game for the neutrals. Would have loved to have done this as a live. There's a lot of action in this, and both teams performing pretty well as well. So Thuram, we kind of got off the mark here. Wahi, around the corner to Soppy. Lovely ball into Koprivov. Now he's having a fantastic season at the minute. Outside of his left boot, into the bottom corner, in off the post. And then we went 2-0 up. Thuram on the right hand side, at the back post to Angelo. Heads it across to Wahi, and then Wahi puts it in the back of the net. He's been quite a poacher this season for us. But then Lee Kangin over to Iliev, he's having a good season for Inter Milan. Bit of a messing around in the box, but Lee Kangin got one back on the 35th minute, and then we kind of just capitulated. Barella whipped the ball in, Badiashile headers it in just after half time, 51 minutes on the clock, and Inter Milan, they kind of made us pay here. Bastoni wide to DeMarco. They had 3 players against our 4 here. DeMarco puts it in, and Iliev with a bit of a fancy volley into the net to put Inter Milan 3-2 up. We came back with Thuram taking the ball off Pavard, ran into the box and found the bottom corner. There wasn't a lot of kind of dominance by either team in this game. However, on the 80th minute, Inter Milan broke the deadlock again. Barella into Lautaro Martinez, fantastic strike. And then just when I thought it was all over, into the 90th minute, Soppi finds Tresoldi in the box, back to Buffon and rifled it into the net, past, who's their goalie? Sommer, and it ended 4-4. It's been a good league so far. Our one loss came to Salernitana, who they're having a good season so far. We've lost to Benfica, and today's games are going to be Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli. Let's get into it. The team to face, Paris Saint-Germain today. Now we are at home, so hopefully we can keep our fortress in Europe going. Konasechi in goal, with Soppi, Akoli and Zabagni, with Gallo at the back. Now this kind of back five was our back five for the whole of last season. No one's really come in yet to replace these, and seeing how long there is left until FM24, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the save game going over, but they're doing very well for us at the minute. Scalvini, new signing, and Thuram in the middle, with Angelo, Vidovic, Newton Boom just behind Wahi. Now Wahi's having a fantastic season, and unfortunately he's come at the downfall of Evan Ferguson really. He hasn't played as many games as you'd want to expect. He scored one in the Super Cup. Has only played one game in the Champions League so far, but Wahi, he is in form, and while he's in form, we are going to play him in today's game against Paris Saint-Germain. Maybe we'll give Ferguson a run out for the Napoli game, but as we go, big game. I don't think I've even played Paris Saint-Germain in any of our series so far. We didn't do it obviously with the Birmingham City save, and the Right to Dream save, we didn't do it either. Man City plenty of times, but never Paris Saint-Germain. And I was going to say, it's our first time facing Mbappe. With Fofana up front, Datro Fofana. Okay, there's a lot of quality in this team looking at it. And it's our first kind of live game in the Champions League, so we're going to watch the lads come out. And a kick-off highlight straight away. Not what we want, but we have got the ball. Just going to make sure it is on key highlights, which it is, and not on full match. We don't want to see that. So Akoli and Thuram. Akoli out to Zabagni. I mean, Gallo's already made his run up on the left-hand side there, and Zabagni's kind of hit it to no one, but Nuteboom is going to chase it down. Hakimi now into Schlotterbeck. I mean, not quite sure what this highlight is going to be. Is it a useless highlight? I don't know, but Mbappe is about to get on the ball. Soppi wins a header though into Scalvini. Out to Zabagni. I mean, I'm not sure what to expect from this, but hopefully Scalvini can shore up the midfield, and we've got three players pretty much sitting on their back line as well, so it may all be about who breaks on who here. As Gallo has got the ball, we're 1 minute in, finds Soppi on the right hand side into Vidovic. It's going to be a goal. No, Donnarumma has saved it. Vidovic should have scored that. He's not having the best season, if we're being honest, but there is a highlight from this corner as well. Vidovic with the ball. He's going to whip it in. Zabagni at the front post. Okay, weird highlight, Football Manager. Thank you for that. Was that worthy of a highlight? I'm not sure, but Vidovic has got the ball now and goes for goal, and Donnarumma makes the most of that and tips it just wide. I mean, we're playing some good football at the minute. It is only 5 minutes in though against Paris Saint-Germain, and anything could happen, but Vidovic with the ball now. Hopefully a better corner this time. Musiala plays for Paris Saint-Germain. Of course he does. Thuram hits it in. Blocked away. Akoli now with the ball. Back to Soppi. That's going to be the end of the highlight, isn't it? Gives it to Gallo, and it is the end of the highlight. I mean, we've had the most shots, but now Paris Saint-Germain, they do come attacking at us. But Scalvini and Akoli do kind of win the ball back for us. Vidovic now. Scalvini finds Angelo. He's having a good season with us so far. When we had him on loan last season, we didn't kind of utilise him enough, which is probably why Chelsea recalled him. But now he's our own player. He's playing a lot of football for us. Thuram out to Zabanyi. Into Scalvini. Angelo. What can he do around the corner? Nothing. Okoli. But, I mean, Soppy on the right hand side. He's on his own. Can anyone find him? Got Gallo on the left as well. Zabanyi. Back to Okoli. I mean, not a lot's happening from our highlights, but we seem to be in some good control here. Commentator's curse. I really hope it isn't. As Angelo finds Vidovic. 1-on-1 3-1 goal against Donnarumma. Back to Newton Boom. 1-0. Fantastic Newton Boom. Third goal of the season for him. What a fantastic signing Newton Boom has been. He's improving year on year. Performance on performance. Vidovic, lovely goal. And lovely kind of pass back to Newton Boom. Did Wahi just kind of leave a little deft dummy there? I think he did. And we kind of deservedly go 1-0 up. And Angelo's injured. I just spoke about how he was doing quite well this season. And now we need to replace him. Who are we going to bring in for this? I mean, Koparov. Is it too big of a game for Koparov? Maybe. We're going to bring Baldanzi in and move Vidovic out to the right hand side. But as I said, we're kind of deserving it so far. 20 minutes gone. We've had the most shots, the most of the possession as well, and the most clear-cut chances. So hopefully we can keep this going. But Fofana has got the ball for Paris Saint-Germain. Kulusevski into Musiala. I mean, Soppy's got to have a big game against Mbappe today. As Mendes runs into the box. Has it been blocked? It has been blocked. Who blocked that? Vidovic. A lovely tracking back, and apparently that was worthy of a highlight for Paris Saint-Germain. I mean, if you want to give them some highlights like that, very happy for you to give them that. And we are going to demand more again. 1-0 up so far. A good performance all around. But don't mess it up here. Cody's going to hit it long. Now Newton Boom kind of wins the ball. Who jumped for them then? Hakimi. Poor from Hakimi. Newton Boom out to Soppy, but Mbappe has won the ball back and we have committed too many men forward. Hopefully Soppy can stick with Mbappe as Milinkovic-Savic darts forward into the box. Back to Kulusevski. Mbappe's there. Musiala. Kurnasechi, no. Oh, poor hands from Kurnasechi. And we have conceded just before half-time. Jamal Musiala. Oh my god. How much? 77 minutes. Okay. Right. That's the quality of player that we are up against today. I don't want to see that goal. That was dreadful. I mean, we've been in complete control of this game. And then poor handling from Kurnasechi. I mean, we are going to thrash our arms. We are far from pleased. While he's not done anything, Angelo obviously was taken off injured. Vidovic on a 7.3. I mean, Thuram isn't playing the best, nor is Zabanyi. A couple of changes potentially to come in, and we are going to demand more as well from our half-time talk. As Datro Fofana loses out to Wahi. Zabanyi now. I mean, is it time for Ferguson to come in? Potentially. Scalvini. I mean, Soppy's made a lovely run down the right there. Okoli into Scalvini. Vidovic to Baldanzi. Have we got anything in the tank here? No, not from that. Vidovic's pass is cut out by Kimpembe. And Paris Saint-Germain look to play their way forward here. Mendes on the left. Vidovic chases him down. Soppy wins the ball ahead of Mbappe. But Vidovic has just given it away as well. Baldanzi, Newton Boom. Oh, it's saved by Donnarumma. Italy's number one, but is he offside there? Not too sure. Right, Vidovic is playing okay. Baldanzi, I mean, Wahi isn't playing very well. So, I mean, Baldanzi has just come in. We're going to move him out to the right hand side. Thuram isn't playing well, so Cassidy is going to come in place. I mean, Wahi, he's a quality player, but I don't really want to take him off. But Evan Ferguson is going to come in. Going to make a couple of quick changes here, although left back and even Scalvini is looking a little bit tired. But we'll keep it as we are. But Musiala runs forward into Mbappe. Mbappe finds Kulusevski. Is this going to be a goal? It's been deflected just over the bar. Who can touch on that? It might have just been Gallo. and we are going to demand more. I mean, Baldanzi, I can't really take off a player that we have just subbed on. Scalvini could do with some help, and Soppy as well. But Soppy's having a fantastic game today against Mbappe. I mean, a draw wouldn't be the worst. Scalvini, we're going to bring you off for Bastoni. I don't really want to take Gallo off. Not for a May either. I mean, what can we do here? I mean, Vidovic has done fine. But Koprivov, we're going to bring him in. And we're into the last 10 minutes. I mean, 1-1 against Paris Saint-Germain. It's definitely a good result, but they've got a free kick in the 89th minute. Musiala from distance has been blocked down. Ferguson, why haven't you chased back? Kovacic into the box. If we concede a penalty, I'll be furious. Kovacic to Datro Fofana. Clear it away, Zabanyi. What is going on? I mean, 5 minutes of added time. Just blow the whistle, ref. Unless you're going to give me a highlight. Blow the whistle. I'm not going to say we survived. We've held on very well against Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, that goal. Kernasecchi's cost us this game here, but a good performance from the lads. We're going to tell them that we are happy with the performance. I mean, Wahi was pretty poor on a 6.4. And if we look at the table, how that is looking, we are 7th. We're still in the automatic kind of, not playoffs, but into the next round as we are playing. But we have played a game more than a few of the other teams. The next game is going to be against Napoli. I'm not too disheartened by that 1-1 draw. Rotation is required for this game. Evan Ferguson was going to be our main striker, however he's picked up a little injury, so Tresoldi has come in. Apparently Juventus want Tresoldi. Now, we spent 9 million on him. He's not been too bad so far for us. He's 22 years of age. I mean, it'd probably take like a monster bid in order to kind of relinquish him. I want to build a good Italian spine to this team, as well as some good young wonder kids, obviously. So in order for Tresoldi to leave us, Juventus might need to offer us maybe 40-50 million. Something along the lines of Retegui. Speaking of Retegui, how's he getting on? I mean, he's played 11 Serie A games, scored 5 goals. He's doing quite well. I did toy with the idea of bringing him back in the summer, but not to be. Now, I said we have kind of rotated this team around. I think Champions League is where we are focusing all of our attention in so far, and Thuram has picked up the ball just inside our half, finds Wahi, who's out on the left hand side for this game. Good powerful run into Baldanzi. You got to score this, Baldanzi. You're 1-on-1, and Chevalier has kind of just broken hearts. I mean, we are kind of dominating this game in the first 10 minutes. 2 shots, 60% possession. A couple of bookings coming for either team as well though. Casale and Romani. Is that both of their centre-backs on a booking? I mean, maybe we should try and focus through the middle here. But not a lot's happened now. We're in the 30-minute mark. Zielinski. Ouch. Marcus Thuram. No, someone clear it. Gallo has cleared it. I mean, for some reason I thought our own Thuram was marking Marcus Thuram there. All the Thurams, but Politano has got a corner for Napoli. There seems to be kind of our bogey team, Napoli, in this game save so far. But Kernasecchi has, I mean, confidently claimed that header from Marcus Thuram. And looking at our team, we've started off brightly, but not a lot has happened in the attacking third here. And I think maybe a water bottle, maybe a little bit too aggressive, but we are going to thrash our arms and tell them that we own Napoli for the last game, which we did lose at the end of last season. And we're going to demand more again. I mean, Taylor, he's coming on a 6.4, Baldanzi on a 6.4, 6.3 now for Taylor. It's all a little bit poor, but we have got the ball here. Gallo, back to Thuram to Scalvini outside the box. Gallo outside of his boot, Wahi at the back post. Is that going to count? I mean, if that counts, that is a fantastic assist from Gallo on the outside of his boot. Now, it is saying it has classed as a goal in our goal scorers down here. I'm assuming that means that it's all good. I mean, wow, what an assist from Gallo here. I mean, Thuram to Scalvini, to Gallo outside of his left boot, and Wahi, I was going to bring you off, not anymore, we're going to keep you on. Fantastic goal. Now, Ashley Taylor, we're going to bring him off for Koprivov. Tresoldi, he hasn't done too much, so he can stay on there. Baldanzi, we're going to bring you off for Vidovic. And Akoli is slightly hurt, so we're going to bring on Papetti as well. Now, we have got Andrei Pawadzen on the bench, mainly because we bought this guy for 63,000, and he's, for whatever reason, he's valued at 26 to 32 million. Whether it's because he's made a couple of appearances for the national team, I'm not too sure. However, stop talking, Ross. Napoli are on the attack. Retigui against Baldanzi. Thuram comes away with it though. Taylor up to Tresoldi. Casali heads it back. We were looking at Casali in the summer, but he's on 135,000 a week, and I'm not prepared to pay that for a squad player. Not just yet, anyway. So Retigui, I mean, is this a highlight where we're waiting for the changes to be made? I really hope it is. Oliveira down the left-hand side, he whips it in. Retigui with the header, and Kernasecchi claims the ball confidently. I mean, I am really happy that he never joined Dortmund in the summer. Vidovic with the balls, the banging at the back post, and Chevalier has confidently claimed the ball. Now, Chevalier was a player that we were looking at potentially for the replacement of Kernasecchi. There is a player that potentially may come in just as a backup, and that's the Georgian goalkeeper from Valencia. Couldn't pronounce his name without seeing it or even attempting it as well. But however, Retigui is giving it to Thuram. Kernasecchi, he's come out big. Has he got a touch on the ball? He hasn't. But we have kind of survived the little scare there. I mean, Wahi, we're going to bring him off. He's done enough in this game. Viper coming in. Maybe we'll bring Viper in up front, and Newton Boom can come out on the left hand side. There are 5 changes that have been made. I mean, another goal would be nice to kind of settle my nerves here. We are going to demand more. There's 15 minutes to go as Gallo sprints down the left hand side. We've got Vidovic and Viper in the middle, and at the back post Newton Boom as well. Thuram, Vidovic, back to Papetti. Not a fan of that. Pass it forward, please, guys. Scalvini out to Soppi. Lovely ball to Newton Boom. In the middle's Viper. It is 2-0. Lovely stuff indeed. Now I can see down here that Viper is on the score sheet for goal scorers. It is going to VAR. Or is it? I'm assuming because he's on the goal scoring sheet that it is going to be a goal, and it has been awarded. Hopefully that can save some of my blushes in the future. But Scalvini out to Soppi. Lovely ball to Newton Boom. Newton Boom across, and Viper getting himself off the mark for us. I think he's already scored a goal this season, but it's nice to see him on the score sheet. We need to rotate our team around if we are going to focus on Champions League football. But Soppi with the throw-in now. I mean, a bit of a... wasn't the best throw-in, was it? He's got the ball back, however. Into Scalvini. Are we too attacking here? I think we may be. We're just going to go defensive, as Chevalier is going to bring the ball forward. I think we are going to time waste, slow down the tempo. I mean, there's no need. We're going to slow it all down. Like, there's no need to go for any more goals now. 2-0 away from home against Napoli, who are our bogey team, is a fantastic achievement. We're going to demand more, but the game is ours. Well done, guys. Well done, Genoa. And that's going to extend our lead at the top of the table as well. Not sure how Juventus have got on. They lost to Sassuolo, so we have got a 6-point advantage now over Juventus. Things are looking good for Genoa. Now, a news item that we all love to see. We have won 6 straight. Those include a 3-1 win against Torino, a 1-0 win over Lecce, a 2-1 win over Udinese, a 2-0 win against Parma, 3-1 against Bologna, and obviously that 2-0 win against Napoli just. And we're going to have a look at the games that we are going to come back for. There's a tasty doubleheader here in the Champions League, Chelsea and Bayer Leverkusen. And that's when we're coming back towards the end of the transfer window as well. Will there be any moves? I'm not too sure yet. However, if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. The channel's going very well at the minute and I want to keep the momentum going into FM24. But for now, thank you very much and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.